Welcome to Curated Clean, the podcast,
where we get our hands dirty so you don't have to.
We are your curators and hosts. My name is Mandy.
My name is Michaela, and I go by Mike.
And my name is Whitney.
And we are back for another, or maybe the first, I don't know, somewhere in here, we have started this series of Curator Corners for you. Mm-hmm. And these are little shorter videos, podcasts we're doing for you guys, where we're just going to highlight some stuff that each one of us as individuals has discovered. Yep. Maybe we haven't all three tried them out, but we're kind of going to share to one another what we like, what we don't like, whatever. And maybe is something new to you guys as well. So
it's curated reviews, but we're not doing a full review with all of us trying them.
Exactly.
So,
right. Yeah.
And some of these items that we're kind of working on in the background, we're going to bring forward and go, I love this so much. We're all going to review it and see what we think.
Right. Yes.
But this is how this starts. This is how these processes start. We try things and then we bring them to the table and go, okay, this is what we like. This is what I like. And then we go from there. So,
exactly. So, I mean, in the future, we're going to be talking to you guys a lot about toothpaste, for example. And I'm not going to be specifically only talking about toothpaste, but this is an oral care line that I discovered that I'm going to talk about today. So I'm sure if you're on Instagram at all, you've probably seen somewhere on there some sort of ad or, influencer talking about how much they love this brand Lumineux by Oral Essentials.
Now, I'm not really on Instagram or even Facebook personally, and so I didn't know anything about this brand. And so it's not like they're on TV commercials or things like that. It really is more of like it's really plugged in social media circles, correct?
I think they use social media influencers to do a lot of their advertising for them.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think this is the kind of brand or this is the kind of product, all of them products, that really benefits from word of mouth. From people.
Word of mouth.
Clever.
Oh my goodness, you're so witty.
I know. So these are the kind of things that I think it really benefits from someone being able to show you more than just having some toothpaste commercial where you might go, okay, that could be camera trickery, or that's a model who's getting her teeth professionally whitened or whatever,
right? And then saying it's this toothpaste,
exactly,
and you're like that ain't real.
Well, here's the deal, I love the idea of whitening my teeth. I love it. I'm always into all this stuff. I just love self-care.
You do.
I'm a Taurus. I love being comfortable. Yes. I love all this self-care stuff. I love it. I love it. So I get really into this stuff. And I've been using, oh my gosh, there's a myriad of different white strips for your teeth out there from many different companies.
Years ago, I used when the Crest white strips originally came out. Let me just tell you, I used them one time and my teeth felt like they were going to fall out of my head.
Right.
Same here. I did the same thing. Right. It was a terrible experience.
That was the last time and the only time that I used whitening strips.
Okay, so I used those. I used many other brands as well through the years.
Did they not hurt your teeth?
Through the years. No, yes, they did hurt my teeth.
But you did it anyway?
But I did it anyway because I wanted
the price
white
of
teeth.
beauty.
Yes, the price of beauty.
Pain is beauty.
So
the Botox. No,
so I was worth it. I thought it was worth it. I thought it was worth it to go ahead and do this. And but then years ago I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to subject, because when we start, we've talked about how we got on our clean living journeys,
right?
And I started realizing there's a lot of nasty stuff just in Crest toothpaste in general. What are they putting in their white strips?
Just in oral care. I mean, we've talked about this a million times.
Yes.
When you start cleaning up your life, we even had a podcast on it. If you don't know where to start, pick an area, whether or not you're going to clean up your shampoo and conditioner, or you're going to clean up your mouth products, your oral care. Pick an area that you're going to, start to clean up and then slowly start changing your products.
I really think the oral care gets swept under the rug.
It really does.
I think it's the last thing people think of.
How long did our mother use Crest toothpaste?
And I used that for a long time just because that was what I grew up using.
Because that's what she always used that. And I'm not just trying to dog on Crest here, okay? But I'm talking about all the major, brands of toothpaste.
They still have a lot of questionable
ingredients. There are now a lot of cleaner toothpaste like Tom's of Maine and that kind of stuff that are making it into the shelves of the Walmarts and Targets. But in the beginning, if you were going to shop at one of those stores, they didn't have clean products there.
You had to go to
not
a natural
even
store.
A cleaner product. I mean, they had nothing. So where does Lumineux fall into cleanness? Do you know? Have you looked into it yet?
Okay, so they're a new enough company that they're not on like EWG Skin Deep. They're not on any of these things. They weren't on the Think Dirty app that Whitney's talked about before. But I mean, you can vet this by just looking at the ingredients list. And this one, so these are the whitening strips. Well, I want to back up a bit, just a teeny bit.
It smells so good.
I know. I want to back up just a teeny bit.
It's like spearmint.
I literally thought, what is the big deal? So whenever I see ad after ad, influencer after influencer using
really
this.
Good. I like that.
Or using any product, I go straight to the source and I start checking it out. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
So I went straight to the source.
It's who she is.
And I started looking up like what's so great about this. And guys, I really, really encourage you to go to the Oral Essentials website. You can put into your searcher in your computer or phone just Lumineux, and it looks like Luminex. If you take French en français, you'll know it's
no. Well, my bad. I was like, it's Lumineux, right? And she was like, Michelle, you've taken French. And that's when I looked again. I did not see the E. I thought it was Luminux. It is not. It's EUX.
Lumineux.
Thus the Francais Lumineux.
Lumineux. Okay, so you can search Oral Essentials or Lumineux, and you can go straight to their website. And if you go into, they have different searchable tabs at the top. Go into, I think it's called Learn. You go into Learn, and then they have a place for studies.
Yes.
And they have study after study after study. These are like white page real studies on like how their actual, like their product alone, how it fights different bacterias and things like that. Also, how certain ingredients that they use are better and safer.
Yeah. Okay.
And then about other mainstream toothpaste, they don't call them out necessarily by the brand, but by the ingredients that they're using and why those are not good for you and why they're toxic. So if you want to deep dive into oral care.
Pick a weekend and get into your
bust
open your oral care.
So the other part too is
I will interject this. This is important because your mouth absorbs a lot. You start absorbing nutrients into your mouth. That's why you have the saliva that starts breaking down your food. So if your mouth is doing that and absorbing nutrients, that it's absorbing everything that goes into your mouth.
And you're probably going to end up ingesting some of this.
Right.
Not like you're going to swallow, but like you're probably going to ingest a little bit of it. Oral care things.
That's one of the things.
Are these fluoride free?
They're completely fluoride free. They always, one of the things I thought was so interesting was it says like, you don't have to spit these out.
Yeah.
You know how like you cannot, and we'll get into this in another episode. We are
reviewing toothpastes.
Yes.
Lumineux will probably be in there in our reviews of,
there's a lot of people who don't understand how neurotoxic fluoride is. They think it's great and it stops cavities. What's so wrong about it? If you have not, goodness gracious, you could deep dive into that and find a million, journals and studies that are done on fluoride, and it is very neurotoxic. It's very dangerous. So, this has no fluoride in it. But number two, it's all stuff that you can just read off. You don't have to go, well, what's that? I mean, we're talking aloe vera, water, Dead Sea salt, wintergreen oil, coconut oil, sage oil, spearmint oil, peppermint oil, basil oil, and clove oil. Guys, that is it. That's all that's in this toothpaste. Wow.
And actually, basil and clove were great for mouth. Oh man,
they're great.
They're great.
And so another thing I thought was so interesting was
it smells great though. It smells really just like those oils.
But I signed up for their newsletter, and oftentimes I will do that, and then I don't really read them. But I did read this one from the owner, and I thought this was so cool. She was talking. I think it was a she who was talking all about how they did not want to have to put these preservatives in. But in America, in the United States, you have to have these certain preservatives in your toothpaste to be sold, or you're considered because it can grow bacteria,
right?
Has to be like shelf stable,
it has to be shelf stable.
Which is why they're in a tube. I just learned about this from a lotion company, which is why they're in a tube, because then you're not cross-contaminating by dipping into anything.
Right.
So,
so they actually took extra time. I think it was like a year or years, and they discovered how to pasteurize their product so that they don't have to put the preservatives in. That blew my mind. That they took the time to do that.
Yeah.
I was like blown away. But the thing is,
that's a big deal.
They keep saying protect your oral microbiome, and they do this with everything. And this is the whitening kit. I'm missing the mouthwash. But it is my favorite mouthwash I've ever used ever. And they have just a regular, it's not whitening, and then they have this whitening kit as well. And you can buy every item separately if you want.
Oh, nice.
That's a bamboo toothbrush. I use a electric toothbrush by Oral-B. But it comes with this. So
it comes in a set. Did you buy this?
It just comes with a set.
I've been wanting to try these whitening strips because the only ones I've tried were the Crest ones, and I also felt like my teeth were going to.
And that was
horrible.
years ago.
I
mean, like we're talking like over a decade ago because literally it hurt my teeth so bad. I mean, I could barely chew food. It hurt so bad.
All their products are enamel safe, and on top of that, so you use like an alcohol-based mouthwash, for example,
right? And it burns.
It burns, but it also is killing like 99% of the bacteria in your mouth. And you're thinking, well, isn't that good? No, it's not good, because a lot of bacteria in your mouth, in your entire esophageal like system, all the way down to your stomach, is actually good for you. You need these things to actually protect your mouth and your esophagus and your stomach and your gastrointestinal tract. You need it. That's why we take things like probiotics.
Right.
They're germs. They're good bugs.
Because most of your immune system lives in your intestinal tract.
Exactly. So you don't want to start off by killing it all off. No. You want to keep that safe. And so when they say protect your oral microbiome, it kills off the bad stuff.
Right.
And it keeps the good. Yeah. And if you've ever heard about oil pulling, for example, a lot of their products have coconut oil as the base. And I've noticed, like, because even the mouthwash is mostly like hydrogen peroxide and coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil. And oil pulling is very good for pulling out toxins from your tongue, from the skin of your cheeks, from underneath and around your teeth and your gums, places that you don't even think about. And even if you are diligent to be flossing and brushing all day, every day, there's still stuff that gets caught in there. Yeah. So this brand, they've really nailed it. And I mostly want to talk to you guys today about these whitening strips because they blew my mind. So they just come like most whitening strips. You rip this open. There's an upper and a lower. You put them on.
You see the box.
You put them on and you wait 30 minutes. And guys, this is my second pack that I've had. Really? And I have literally had no sensitivity, no gum sensitivity, no tooth sensitivity. And and they actually work.
Now it does say do not eat or drink for 30 minutes after each use.
Right. No. So no, and it says not even water. So I've followed that. So for half an hour afterward, I mean, I just do this at night before I go to bed. So basically,
so you're done eating.
I'm done everything. Okay. I literally do this, then I brush my teeth, and then I go to bed. So just if you do, I know sometimes you can't do it,
right? But try to work it into a time when it's not going to be
when
like
it's not going to inconvenience you in any way. But I have been blown away by this, so blown away by this. The packs that I've gotten, I think you can buy them in bigger packs, but I've bought the whole kit, so you get like one of each of these items, plus you get the mouthwash. But you get 7 treatments. So there's 14 strips, 2 for each treatment.
Oh, I gotcha.
You can do it like for a week, one every single day. This time I decided to split it up a little bit. Just spread it out and see if it still worked, if it still whitened. And I have noticed that it did. It does. I drink a lot of coffee and I drink a lot of tea. So I just always feel like I'm fighting like discoloration. And I've had a lot of dental work done when I was a kid. I've never had any real cavities or anything, but I had a lot of like orthodontal work done. And so I always felt like just self-conscious about my teeth. And this has really like upped my confidence with my smile. And literally it has vegetable glycerol, deionized water, carbomer, coconut oil, sea salt, sage oil, citrus or lemon peel oil. And that's about it, guys. Like seriously, I will say when you pull it off, it is a little thick on your teeth. You definitely want to brush your teeth right after.
Yeah.
It does say temporary white spots can be there too, but that they go away or something.
I've never experienced that. And I've never seen anybody else talking about that, but I could see if you had like softer spots on your teeth, some people do. I have very hard teeth. They must be because I've only had one very small cavity in my entire 40 years of life.
Right. Yeah. And I've always had porous teeth.
So I think
I've had a lot of dental work done over the years.
Well, so you might be someone who you might notice. But I don't know though, because I've never heard anybody else talking about this, but they're probably putting that out there just in case.
Right.
And I think even if like you did have a little bit of irritation from this, because there is lemon peel oil and stuff like that, some people might be sensitive to that. Yeah. Just because it's natural doesn't mean that you won't have some sensitivity to it. I think just back off. Don't do it every single night. wait like maybe every other night or every third night or whatever. And
could you do it once a week and it would still make a difference?
Gosh, I don't know. I noticed immediately after my very first time that I started getting a brighter smile. But I think it's like the consistency of using it a few nights in a row that really made it work. And then the second time I've only been doing it every other night. And it's still whitening.
I will say I think your teeth look whiter, but it's not like a fake white, like a bleach treatment. Because you can tell when people get their teeth bleached and it looks, it doesn't look natural. Like they smell like, yes, their smile's bright, but it looks,
it's blinding.
It looks fake. White.
It's blinding.
So, versus a really
like
clean.
A nice,
your
clean,
teeth
bright,
do look like very clean and bright and but still look natural in a good way.
Yes.
Well, and I mean, this is like very, very honest. I was always one of those people that like, if it got to be nighttime and I was too tired, I just wouldn't brush my teeth until morning. Gross. I know it's gross. I know. I know.
Ew.
But like, I would just be like, oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm much more apt to like do my skincare routine than to brush my teeth. And I know that's like, what in the world? That's gross. What's wrong with you?
I think there's a lot of people out there like that.
You know, you just fall into bed, you're tired. But like with this, I've been motivated.
Yeah.
Maybe I just liked routines. I love getting into like routines.
You do love self-care.
I love self-care routines. And so I get into this routine and it gives me something to look forward to.
So how much is this routine in the package? Like was it?
So I've never ever not used a coupon. There's
they always have a coupon.
Always. And it says, you know, for your first time you can use save 20 or something. You know, I don't have a custom coupon code for you because these are not sponsored. Guys.
Yeah, once again, these are all things that we purchase ourselves.
We just purchase ourselves.
And, you know, and literally, like, we're telling each other about them.
This is not an ad. I'm not sponsored to do this. But I've always used, I think it's just Save 20 or something. But just literally just look online and you'll find the code. There's codes everywhere. But I've used a couple different codes and I've always saved like, at least, I think, 20%. And so I think that the box itself is normally $30 or $35. But I think I pay less for that and I get free shipping. Yeah. You get free shipping as well.
Well, that's not bad considering you're going to get whitening strips and toothpaste and a toothbrush. Here's one thing that I use these toothbrushes for. When I travel and I'm not going to be gone that long, I don't like hauling. This sounds terrible, but I know it comes in a travel pack and blah, blah, blah. I don't like hauling my automatic toothbrush with me, and it's my Oral-B one and I do love it. Yeah. And even though it comes with a fancy travel bag and all that, I just don't want to haul it because I'm always afraid I'm going to lose it. Like I'm going to forget part of it, and then I'm going to like get home and be like, "Crap, I don't have my." So I like to use those manual brushes when I'm going to be gone for a week or two, and it's not forever, and you know whatever. This looks really comfortable and it looks stylish too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all natural. So it's bamboo, so you don't have to feel bad about throwing away because bamboo is very
soft.
Bamboo is very sustainable. Yeah. The bristles are soft. I would say like soft medium, but more on the soft side. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about your gums.
And I like soft bristles. I don't like hard.
And it feels ergonomic. It's easy to use. Actually, both of my children have auto brushes. And my daughter still prefers, she comes in and steals these darn things and uses them. She uses these bamboo toothbrushes. She likes them. So if a 4-year-old can handle it, it's soft enough for you too.
Cool. Yeah. The toothpaste smells amazing. So if you're really into like you want a really like fresh, flavorful toothpaste, like not saying to eat it, but like you want that like like if flavor drives you to brush your teeth, this is definitely, it smells good enough that it would drive me to brush my teeth.
Right. And another thing I love too is like all these essential oils that they have in here. A lot of them are for freshening your breath, true. Right. But basil and clove are really good for
antibacterial stuff.
Yeah, they're very antibacterial. I mean, basil is like really good. Basil and oregano are basically natural antibiotics. Yeah. Number one. And then clove oil is a natural analgesic. So if you have like a sore tooth or an abscess or something, even if it's just starting, it will really help to soothe that. Awesome. You wouldn't think it because it's clove. You think it would be burning or it would be an irritant, but it's not.
Well, as long as it's diluted enough, it shouldn't do that. Yeah.
So those strips, I don't mean a flavor. Like I know they're not flavor. Like do they have any kind of weird? No, because I had like a funky, when I did the other ones, I had like a funky, obviously they're chemically taste.
No, but there's no chemical taste to this. So they have sage and lemon oil in them. And I can really taste the sage and lemon oil. Oh, okay. More of the lemon oil, I would say, but the mix together. And I told my husband that I could really tell that there was essential oils in it. Like it had a very distinct, not bad flavor at all, but very distinct. It was unlike anything I'd ever. It actually tasted like something I had smelled before, and I have yet to pinpoint what that smell is. But it's not a bad smell or taste. And I think you will be pleasantly surprised by that.
Cool.
So all natural whitening. Like I said, they also have just just one that's just good for protecting your oral microbiome, and it's not without the whitening. If you're not concerned with whitening, they have that as well. But I've been pleasantly surprised. This is not just clickbait or something
social media bait.
It's not social media bait. It's not.
Cool.
It actually lives up to the hype. I was very impressed.
That is awesome. Well,
yes.
This is one toothpaste that I've been really wanting to try. But I was waiting to see what Mandy thought about it first before I purchased it. So I'm glad that your Curator Corner highlighted this because I've been wanting to try it.
I wanted to try their whitening strips, but I was going to see what happened first before I took the dive.
Okay, I get it. It's time for a full review and see if we all approve of it at some point. So, but we have toothpaste coming up. Another thing we have coming for sunscreens for this summer. So keep tuning in. We always want to tell you thank you for tuning in. We know your time is precious, and we thank you that you share it with us. We hope that we give you good things to think about, and also to some cool things to purchase and try for your cleaner living journey. And we always want to leave you with,
be healthy,
be well,
and God bless you.
If you like listening to this podcast, stop by curatedclean.com, where you'll find links to all the different ways you can tune in each week, along with details from each episode. While you're there, sign up for our newsletter for further information on each topic we cover. For video versions of each episode, check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, where you can find glimpses of all things behind the scenes.